Oh, shit. Here he goes.
Look at this sexy guy. Big ass.
What is up, motherfuckers? This is Joey D. I'm here with Alex Stockton.
What's up?
And Charlie Joyce.
Mr. J to your service.
So we're here. This is The Savage Mind. This is a continuation of The House of the Savage, which was me and Andrew Rodriguez, and a continuation of Dad's House Confessions, which was me and my dad's garage.
Boom.
In 2.5 years of actually,
This
Charlie was on the
beautiful man
first
cage.
episode of Dad's House Confessions.
Nice.
And we had a great night that involved salt-based drugs and alligator bones. And
That's
you
some
can
voodoo stuff.
You can look on our Dad's House channel, and you can find that original episode and more. None of it's good, so I would recommend just starting here and see how this works out.
Jump right in with me.
And,
This is going to be my first.
So this is Alex's first podcast.
Yeah.
Charlie's season with 2, I think, under his belt.
All right.
I have a bunch under my belt, and I'm still awful at it, but we're going to try our best.
Yes.
So Alex was talking to me earlier, and Charlie, about a group called the Raelians. They're a cult. They believe in a spirit or a person named Ray, like Israel. And basically what they're trying to do, as my understanding is they've made a website called proswastika.org. And what they're trying to do is bring back the swastika as a symbol of peace and unity and love. And that's going to piss off a whole mess of Jewish people, social justice warriors, Black Lives Matter,
Yes.
White Lives Splatter, any one of
group
those hashtag
that
groups.
Has a whiny millennial.
Poor Catholics that are married to Jews.
Oh, no.
That's a good group.
I know someone.
It's a large group.
It's a large group. You know, even larger,
It's less now.
the Jews themselves. How you think there's more Jews living today than there was the whole history of Jews? Like, I think they've pretty much doubled the population now, right? Like, or there's still like, I know there's still strife.
I know they got all of Del Rey.
Oh, Del Rey, nice.
Well, I don't know about the number of Jews. I could care less.
True.
All I know is that, like, a few Jews have a lot of money.
A few of them
90-something% of the wealth.
Yes.
And
Yes. Unfortunately, they're untouchable.
that makes you a target for a lot of hate. Whether
just
that,
feel like there's a
whether that
target on my
hate's due or undue to you because of your dealings with social psychology and controlling the masses, whether or not that stuff's true. I believe it is. We can get into that more later.
That actually
another
plays
time.
into the symbols,
That
that we're trying to talk right now about. The whole, basically everyone knows what the swastika is all about, and this group is trying to change it. And I feel like, it's a strong effort to bring something from evil to the light, whether it's their own religion, but
what's
give
the purpose
less
behind it?
strength to give less strength to that, to bring and promote charitable thoughts and feelings back to the original swastika meaning. They're trying to bring it back,
Which was for the Buddhists as a symbol of power.
right? Beauty and power. Beauty and power.
Mr. Hitler there flipped it around and
Took some
became
dots
evil.
out of the way, right? So
as them as a group,
but now
what's their
that
purpose
symbol
behind
itself
it?
is always going to be is going
Do
to be.
they practice Buddhism?
No, they believe in Ray. All hail Ray.
Is Ray a Buddhist?
They praise the Ray as we praise to Trump.
Trump.
My whole thing is this: if you're gonna adopt a symbol that, from the narrative of our recent history, belonged to a psychotic dictator that was murdering people by the millions, you're gonna piss off a lot of people. And symbols and language and art—they're all very subjective things. So the way I look at it is, what you put on it is what it means to you. But if other people could take it another way, be prepared for the consequence that you're going to deal with.
And that's what's happening.
And
the mayor and the whole town.
And the thing is, like, I really believe in freedom. I believe in freedom of expression. So if you want to drape yourself, a perfect example is this dude Billy in downtown Lake Worth. He's a singer for a hardcore band down there, and a local drunk, and ex-military.
That's key.
Both of those.
Ex-Marine. So super aggro dude. And what
The
ended
Marines do go
up
crazy.
he ended up posting a thing saying that if you wear a swastika in Lake Worth, I'm gonna beat your ass. We don't want fucking Nazis here, and I'm like, you're a Nazi. Like that's fascism. That's I
That's
don't
what it
believe
is.
with what you believe in, so I'll crush you. Freedom inherently has a responsibility. So if you want to try to live within society, you kind of want to play nice with your neighbors and you want to be helpful because you don't want people to fuck you over. So if you want to go outside the box and try to turn something that was once a good thing that went to a bad thing and is now you're trying to make it a good thing again, you have to just be prepared with the backlash from that. And to me, like anything that starts the conversation is good if the conversation is productive. But today, I mean, most people's intellect and their ability to debate is infantile. I mean, grown adults, their ability to have an argument.
They just yell.
That like they think an argument is saying "fuck you, you're a retard," and they don't realize that an argument is I have these facts and these feelings on these facts. What do you have?
What I like to call
But-
a heated discussion.
But you see that a lot in these, especially during the election. A lot of these people at the rallies protesting, when asked, they would just basically say, "Oh, I don't like Trump because he's a racist. What are the facts that you have? Oh, because he said this, he said that," which he never did. And then again, you had that on with Hillary too, the stupid shit that people were getting on with him. But still, they weren't really able to form coherent sentences or actually list facts. It was more about he said, she said, oh, he's racist or he's stupid or he's a dumb, stupid, greedy businessman.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
I think
I think I do have
I
that.
think with the election, it was really a great job on the media's part of separating everyone. A great job on Obama's part of separating everyone.
Oh,
You know, if Obama had a good bone in his body, he would have fucking shut down Guantanamo, repealed the Patriot Act, gave us real affordable health care instead of the fucking bullshit fucking to try to get his insurance cronies paid.
Yeah.
So when Obama sides with like something like Black Lives Matter or tells people to keep rioting and fucking fighting because they don't agree with Trump getting elected,
It's ugly.
It's
ugly.
It's ridiculous. I think Trump and Hillary are so deplorable that they should both be like put on a small barge and set on fire and thrown into a river.
That would be amazing. If that was a pay-per-view, I never pay for pay-per-view, but I would pay handsomely for that.
You know, like I think the real shame in this election is that instead of coming together saying we deserve a better set of options or for voting for a third party heavily, we made it fuck you, I wear red, and fuck you, I wear
It's
blue.
The team mentality.
And-
the team mentality.
And people will defend their team without even understanding the facts or the logistics or the platform of the people that they're fucking defending. It was an absolute showing that we don't deserve better, and that the majority of Americans deserve the
we
debt slavery and the fucking that we get, because now it's not we're getting fucked, stop fucking us in the ass. It's how wide, daddy? How wide should I spread this thing
Yes.
for you to ram it into?
It's
So, the fact that people didn't, and like Bernie Sanders wasn't a good choice. I'm sorry to my liberal friends and family, but Bernie Sanders,
he was a fake.
socialism, I don't think he was a fake. I think he really is a socialist. And I think what happened to him is what Jesse Ventura says happens to a lot of politicians when they hit that upper echelon of actually changing the game, is you get sat in a room and there's some guys in some suits with some earpieces and glasses, and you get a dude who comes up and he goes, "Hey, Bernie, how are you? What is this about?" "Well, Bern, I want you to look at this monitor. It's my wife."
The truth.
"Yeah, that's your wife, right? You know when I took this video?" "Well, what is this?" I took this video. It's actually right now. It's live. You love your wife, right?" you know, he did a real cool thing there. He got everyone real excited about democracy and about the vote. You're going to back out of the race, and you're going to get on stage and endorse
Politely.
Hillary. What? I won't do it. That's fine. But look at this monitor. It's one of my kids. That's right. Guess when we were filming this? Sons of
Everybody.
bitches.
So what
You
I'm
see
getting-
when he was on stage when he gave that endorsement? Did you see his face? That wasn't a turncoat or someone
no.
who was excited. That was
was life
someone
or
who
death.
had his fucking family threatened to be killed. Like there's
So-
over 20 murders associated
God.
to fucking Hillary Clinton.
all heart attacks.
Yeah, all heart
Heart
attacks.
attacks in like the hood, or not the hood, in the nice area.
It's fucking ridiculous. So like,
So the key, what you're trying to say is, if you're going to be in politics or run for president, have an ugly wife, don't have children.
concealed carry.
Yeah.
Don't get married.
That's right.
And
I love being married though,
yeah, but you know what?
but she's beautiful. That's why I'm not running for office, so I don't have to worry about that shit.
See, I might run for office,
Can I run for office? Well,
but I'm gonna
I'll be in the shadows.
I'm gonna have a fake marriage to someone I really don't like.
There you go.
Because if I'm in politics to that level, to where I can like run for
That'd be a
presidency,
legend. You'd be a legend.
I would like pay like someone like I'm gonna give you $1 million on the side. I'll write into a contract.
Assassinate my
You marry me while I run for president.
Boom.
I mean, while I have my real relationship or lack
Right.
thereof, whatever I have at
You
that
just get in
time.
the dick and
And no, Nick, no dicking.
no dicking.
No. This is just a fake marriage. This is just a ruse. So that way, when they say we're gonna kill your wife, I'm gonna be like, go ahead, motherfucker.
And
I'll-
just think of what they're thinking. Like,
yeah,
this
and
motherfucker has.
and they're like, what?
no-
Yeah, kill my wife.
Go ahead, we do it.
Shoot
I
two
do
fucking
it.
Secret Service agents with a fucking
Boom.
Luger or LC 380 in your fucking
So
pocket.
you think that the Secret Service is in on it?
I
That
have
would
a,
make
I have,
sense.
I have a feeling that there's a security outfit that we don't even know about that has a name that we don't know.
Yeah.
That the upper echelon
They're gonna kick in the doors right
that
now.
are privy to.
The heroes.
Yeah, Alex Jones, I'm sure, is losing his shit right now.
Alex Jones, that's the guy. Yeah. Buy my everything that I have InfoWars on.
What I think is crazier than like, cause like, you know, trying to make the swastika a symbol of goodness. It's like, well, Germany got a chance to make their country a symbol of goodness again. They had that opportunity. So the thing with the Raelians is really bizarre. Is like your religion was made up in 1980, you know, by some fucking dude high out of his mind on cocaine, and
Just
you know,
like every
like
other,
I could understand
religion,
if the Buddhists or the Hindu.
I mean, the Star of David
But-
was kind of made up. It wasn't really made popular for the Jews until fucking after the Nazis did it. It was used a lot.
You just left us speechless. Say that again. Say that again.
I want to look that up. That's actually really interesting.
Even the Star of David wasn't a real set Jewish thing until later on. It was used in pagan rituals and well before in an artwork, Jewish and non-Jewish. It wasn't really until the late or early 1938, and obviously into the 40s, that the Nazis were really using it as a label.
All right. Well, actually, I have the
Charlie.
documents.
Look at Papa Charlie.
I have the documents, and the Shield of David was actually used in the 11th century as the title of the God of Israel and the independent symbol of Israel.
Look up BC.
BC, before Christ.
Well, 11th century is the 1200s. So, Star of David. Let's see. So during the 19th century, the symbol began to proliferate amongst the Jewish communities of.
Common in ancient art, both Jewish and non-Jewish, and does not seem to have or had a particular Jewish meaning.
Hop on that, Charlie.
Read that again.
I know, I'm reading it right now. I gotta read things a couple times because my brain don't work no good.
Jesus Christ.
Megan David, or the Shield of David, was not originally a Jewish symbol. It was found in ancient art, both Jewish and non-Jewish, and it does not seem to have had a particular Jewish meaning. Only in the last 200 years, approximately, did it begin to be used in as a Jewish symbol. And I know particularly a lot of Wiccans, whomever are watching, will understand as well. It was also used in practice.
Wiccans take every
use that.
symbol. They're like, yeah, we got the cross. Yeah, we
I
got.
mean, shit. We took it a lot from the
Wiccans will
Wiccans.
try to tell you, like, yeah, we planted the grass in the forest and blah blah blah.
No, it was there before we got there. We just got to respect it. Take that dick away from me. Don't you take that dick away from me.
You can come back for the dick if you want.
The funny thing with history is like
It's his story.
nobody fucking
Yes,
knows.
dude.
All fucked up.
We weren't there. We don't
No one
know.
knows.
I don't know fucking shit about the story, David.
There's-
written about goddamn million fucking times.
I believe it's like what Graham Hancock said. It's amnesia. There is. Everyone
It's
has
the telephone game.
the telephone
I'm gonna
game.
whisper you. Joe is wearing a green shirt on a. I'm gonna whisper in your ear. Joe's wearing a green shirt on a Tuesday. You're
Okay.
gonna whisper into Joe's ear.
On a
You
Wednesday.
have a puppy that had a fucking blue sweater on.
Lost in translation. Lost in
Absolutely.
translation. Everything
Every
is
time.
lost in translation. Just like we have it today between men and women. Men and women, we don't know what the hell they're saying.
No, they don't know what the fuck we're getting at.
It's back and forth, man.
We're very simple creatures.
That's your guys' fault. There's a very easy way to communicate with.
Gets me. I love her.
There,
Me too. I love my wife.
the way that
never let her go.
the way that you talk to a woman is you have to start the relationship out on the level that you're that you're both dudes. Like you can't put the woman on a pedestal.
Put that pussy on a pedestal?
No, never,
Never.
First failure.
never.
I never put that pussy
Would
on a
you
pedestal.
would you let someone walk into your business that you own
Yes.
without them not showing you anything, just maybe telling you a little bit about themselves, and be like, you know what, I want you to be partner in my business? You'd never do
I
that.
go with my gut.
See, and that'll get you fucking
Halfway.
that'll get you in
halfway.
divorce court
Divorce
and
court.
fucking own half that business anyhow.
I hear you. I hear you.
So the thing is, and also like, you know, like if your girl's got a good point, then, you know, concede, talk like people.
oh yeah,
But like, don't let the conversation, like, control the conversation. Like, don't let it stray. Women have a tendency to skip all over the book, and men read like the beginning of the chapter, and that's like good enough for them.
I like to sit back and gather everything that she's throwing at me and putting it in order, and then I to discuss each of the topics she threw at me. I feel that it works to not only let her know that I am listening to what she's saying, but also it gives me a chance to think about what I want to say and not blabble on. Whoa, that's very cold. Oh, you got the chocolate beer.
Oh shit!
I think I like to use the old school slant.
Tell us about
Stare
the
at
song.
them. Lean into the conversation.
Nod and say
Yeah.
ah.
An occasional, yeah.
Yeah, is that what you do?
Yeah.
Are you gathering what you're saying?
Oh, no, yeah.
Do you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working on you.
And see, I'm doing it right now. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Charlie's thinking about baseball players right now.
Yeah, Jose Canseco. I don't know why that was random. So I want you to give us a little. This is the beer I got you guys from Sierra Nevada.
This podcast is brought to you by bipolar patients everywhere, or or schizophrenics or ADD.
Well, we like to talk
one
about
of those,
everything. That's
one of
the
those.
thing.
See, my brain's broken too.
That's the thing I like to talk about. You know, I don't think that we need to be hindered.
Who's that guy?
That's Gene.
Right next to my microphone.
Hi,
too.
Gene.
Hey, Gene.
What does he want to talk?
Gene.
Hi, Gene.
So what do you got here? This is Ouija.
Yeah. Oh no, it's an O, sir. It's an O. Ovilia from Sierra Nevada, Abbey Brown Ale with mandarins and cocoa.
It looked like fucking Ouija,
Ouija.
but it's Olivia. You're right.
Yeah.
Ovilia.
Ovilia.
So it's by
Sierra Nevada.
Nevada.
They have some good stuff. I want to say, you know, I don't normally like
I've only
to-
had their like fucking like middle class South Florida trash, like IPA, like the shit that you buy in Publix, like the
Yeah.
Green Clan, like the
Oh,
Torpedo.
man. Oh, no. They had a great summer beer camp beer. It was amazing.
Yeah?
It was 9% alcohol. Hoppy as fuck, but it was great because of a nice citrus taste to us. This one is on the other hand. This is great when you're, having like a heavily roasted chicken or a nice stew. It has mandarins and cocoa in it. Usually, the rule of thumb, and I want to tell you guys right now, when you're trying to pair beer, you want to, the longer your food is being cooked for, the different darker beer you want to go for.
Bud Light. Because I can't stand this guy who's fucking picky about his beer.
The funny thing,
It's not so much picky, just like to explore flavors, like fucking wine, but I'm not freaking all anti-panty fancy with it.
the funny thing to me is we went from swastikas to fucking women to now a beer tasting. This has been a disjointed podcast if I've ever been a part of one.
My first one, and it's going crazy.
This will go great with people with ADD.
Yeah, this podcast would go really great with people who have ADD. Good fucking one, Charlie.
We would be hitting a niche. Rabbit? No, I said rabbit.
So the other day I was washing my mother.
That's
So back to the whole swastika thing. Like, my problem more so is why the fuck people rally around symbols. To me, I like George Carlin's take on it, where he says symbols are for the simple-minded. Like people like there's people who are like Donald Trump today was talking about if you burn the flag, you should get fined $1 million or get thrown in jail for a year.
That was a federal offense anyway.
It is. Defacing a flag is.
Or American currency.
But like the thing is like
You know
why?
what's burning their dollars, isn't
How the fuck are you gonna fucking sing fucking in the land of the free and the home of the brave? But if you ruin the piece of cloth that you bought from China that has your fucking country's colors on it, oh God for fucking bid.
Let people
It's
start
so
burning their
stupid.
cash. That's when you're gonna start. Let me see people burning hundreds, not just these fake dollars that they make. I want to see people burning cash. We're all going into a digital era anyway, so it don't even matter.
I hear you
I
when
think
you're
that's
saying like
disgusting.
the symbolism, right? And you get it with the flag all over. You have especially the Hispanics, the Mexicans. They love their flags. The Cubans, the Puerto Ricans, down here, the Haitians especially. They fly
Right.
that like Sapa Sedna all day, right?
Nabule.
So, but now think about this. Now, for me as a veteran, and
Right.
this is with all these veterans, a flag definitely means something more than this freaking hillbillies or a freaking college student that's trying to make a statement by burning it or protecting the flag. Now, obviously,
Pretty sure I hit him with a bat.
like again, I'm gonna do all my damn to stop a flag, but I get what you're saying. The flag itself is like a.
But to me, the whole
Less than
reason why you
$5.
defend that flag is the people and the people's right to express themselves to be free. So to me, it's like fucking the chicken came before the egg. Like fucking, like the whole point is that symbol represents to me all of us. It represents the worst person taking a shit on the flag and setting it on fire in the middle of the street, going and fucking fuck Donald Trump, fuck Donald Trump. And it also goes to fucking like the great people who fucking like actually work towards the greater good, like people that are trying to get clean water to places and blah blah blah. The thing is, whenever we get somebody with a good idea that's trying to move humanity forward, they get killed because there's more money and control in keeping us stupid, fighting, incarcerated, and the big dogs get to do the power play, and we sit here like a bunch of momos worrying about what's the next phone that's coming out. Oh, I don't have the fucking right charger for it. I gotta throw out all these fucking chargers.
Definitely
Like
the
shit that doesn't
distractions.
fucking matter.
Yeah.
So and then another thing that like I think of too is like a lot of my friends really like camping. I personally don't enjoy it. I enjoy the people, but like I don't enjoy camping. Why would I
He
work
doesn't
to
enjoy camping.
why would I work to fucking provide a shelter over my head to go live like a fucking homeless person outside for my fun.
You're not doing
So-
camping right. If that's
So,
the
but
case.
here's my point: is most people Americans, I would say, if you survey them, I would say at least 60% like camping and find it enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, then why do we even do this? Like, if people just fucking went off the grid, you're camping every night. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like fucking. If more people actually jumped all the way off the tit and at least tried to, like, the way that we would get power is by non-compliance. The way to steal the power back from the like if every American from the fucking like the really rich to the poor were like, yo, fucking, we're not paying taxes, and like 80 people went through with not paying income tax, the federal government would be like, how are we going to arrest this many people or go after this many people for? So they'll start going after the mega wealthy to make an example out of them, like celebrities.
AIDS or
Right, right, and again, like fucking, like they have an upper hand for a reason. But no matter what they could do, if you got like a bunch of people just saying no, and then like they're even armed like with like goofy shit, you know what I mean? Like fucking like some old football pads in a 22, but you got like the whole neighborhood versus whatever squad they're trying to bring in. Like there's no way they would sustain it for long.
No.
So non-compliance is the only way to make a change. But I like fucking the craziest thing about power structures and trying to change all this shit is that, all right, say the fucking people that are for Hillary and these SJW people, fucking feminists, they rise up and they fucking get in power somehow. Like, every time that there's a power structure where there's like a hierarchy, it gets corrupted. From businesses to small towns. So now you're talking about like the major government. So it's like, what makes anyone think that like their fucking group is gonna fucking have all the answers and run the thing better?
Truly, deep down, is communist. Deep down, everyone is Fidel Castro.
I don't agree with that.
You can start a small business, you grow, and now you have control of a majority, and well, not just Fidel. I mean, this is a communist mentality where it's fuck you, it's my way, or get the fuck out.
That's not the communist mentality at all. The communist mentality is that everyone deserves the same no matter where you're at in the social standings and what you do. And to me, I think that's the worst thing, because what a great
How
way.
dare you?
What a great way to like that's what I think Hillary Clinton and like the left is pushing for, is for, because communism only benefits the fucking 150 dudes running it.
The top.
You know, and so
Castro
I don't think
guy
everyone's a
with like
communist, because
$1
I
billion.
sure as hell am not. And I think the fucking however many million people voted for Donald Trump are definitely not communist.
But
I think everyone is different, but I think the only healthy way to look at things is to lean a little to the right, lean a little to the left,
Gotta be
and
flexible.
in the middle is the answer. And to me, the real answer is libertarian values.
I'm not
To
saying
where-
Fidel is like a saint or something good. I'm just saying the motherfucker has been in charge for over 60 years or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, by putting guns to people's heads.
No one put a gun to his fucking head.
They tried.
They've tried many times.
so many
Listen,
times.
Bro,
It's people
well here,
not
gun. That's
allowed-
good. No, Charlie, right there. Gun control is one of the first things they enacted. The same thing with fucking Adolf Hitler. So that's what the Democrats are trying to do.
No guns.
So that's why no one's been able to fucking kill him, except for fucking old age finally got him. So because when you disarm your populace, how are they gonna fucking rise up? And he was great at fucking keeping everyone out of Cuba. That was one thing Fidel Castro was fucking phenomenal at.
Even the bank.
But
Back-
even
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
no, fuck you. It's okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So back to with the symbolism. All right. I feel like everyone has their symbols. All right. Well, think about this. With the game, each of us have our sports that we like, our favorite video games or whatnots, and that kind of brings us pride. And other people that have played those video games, they see that symbol of their game.
Oh, you got
and
emblem if you're in Halo, but back in sports, I mean, you got your Dolphins, but then you got your fucking Redskins, which is a big fucking. That's like me walking around with blackface.
Right. Okay, but again,
how's that appropriate?
but
Not
what I'm
blackface.
saying, but there you go. But that's what.
How is it
guys
okay
are
for
trying to
Halloween?
say. These guys are trying to say.
How is it okay on Halloween? I could dress like a stereotypical Mexican, poncho, sombrero, tequila shot belt, but I can't do blackface.
You can.
Oh no, I could if I wanted to get my ass beat.
Actually, you could do it in Alaska. That'd be all right.
I don't think you're right. Eskimos don't really give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
The question I want to ask is, who's beating your ass? Who are you hanging out with? And just because people are outraged and beating your ass, does that make them right?
It doesn't.
If it was a private party in my house, I think Mr. Bill Clinton did this even. That's one thing. But to go to, let's say, Moonfest in West
But
Palm.
you also got to be smart, too. What you're trying to elicit, some type of emotion going out as blackface.
Isn't that the same thing as
Just
your swastika?
They're trying to elicit emotion.
Your swastika,
they're
their
trying
idea.
they're trying to elicit it to bring good. They're trying to bring it back from the bad.
So in essence, Charlie, but like in essence, to me, it would seem that Charlie is trying to make blackface a funny, fun, vibrant thing.
It was great in Looney Tunes.
Celebrating a weird time in America where fucking black actors couldn't get on screen, so they painted up fucking.
Or even in Native Americans. Half the Native Americans you see in a Clint Eastwood movie are either Italian or white people painted brown.
Yeah, well,
Which also cowboys were Italian.
You know,
they weren't even in the fucking.
But when you look at it, like everything's a graduation, because like there's points in history where like there's just complete total war, and like every fucking nation is so fucking segregated and closed off. Like I got into a huge fight with this girl Tuesday, who's a fucking skinny crack whore looking thing that lives in Lake Worth. And she's a burlesque dancer, which is the color.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. No.
Yeah.
And this girl's a burlesque dancer, which is like the color guard of strippers.
Right.
So like so she's got a big head for no reason, and she posted this thing about how like putting a sugar skull on your face for Halloween's a hate crime.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And well, here's what I'm saying. Like my whole thing is this. Fucking, if the point is to celebrate the diversity, and that's what the left is after, and that's what they want, like it either is gonna have to be where like you have to look at something like that as people celebrating Mexican culture. That like maybe picking the sugar skull as your costume is something that makes you look into what the sugar skull's about. And you're like, oh, I learned something about Mexico. Like, I don't think anything should be culturally exclusive. If you that's where you want to go. The thing that kills me about fucking people on the left, and this is the thing that fucking really fucking just
grind your gears.
It blows my mind.
Tell me.
All right, the left defends gays and lesbians and transgenders like fucking hawks, and then they try to do the same for Islams who throw gay people off of fucking buildings for knowing they're gay. So what, like, are you want to be so diverse that like fucking, to me it's like if you say that you're a Democrat or you're a left or you're all about that and or you're pro Islam and you're pro LGBTQ or whatever that is,
they're just so far to that side.
I would just be like they can't coexist because you're defending people who believe that inherently gay people should be thrown off of fucking buildings. Another thing is they believe in women's rights. What rights does a woman have when she has to be watched, have a burqa on her fucking head, and wear the whole body thing? And then if you get raped while your husband's gone, it's considered a dishonor to your family that you got raped, and then they murder you by throwing stones at you. And if you don't believe me, you can go on YouTube and fucking watch videos of fucking
There's
people
even several
in
Lifetime movies
Afghanistan
about
and
this
Iraq
shit.
and Jordan stoning fucking people to death because they got raped. So my whole thing is, how can you be a leftist and be pro-Islam, or how can you be a leftist and be pro-gay? Like the left is crumbling under its own virtue signaling bullshit.
And the issue I have is that they're so accepting of all these people's religions and feelings that it's really, one, also pissing me off, but who the fuck am I? But it's really making everybody else kind of more amped up about it, because now we're so aggravated and annoyed by people trying to tell us how to feel about others people's feelings that we're over here trying to be who we fucking are, and it feels like we're walking on eggshells, right?
To the point, back to the feminist part. I mean, the feminist is nothing but most feminists are a double standard.
But what I'm trying to say is, though, that for Halloween is a fucking fun ass time for girls to be more skanky and for guys to be kind of funny and try to, elicit some type of emotion. Whether you want to be a blackface, I would see it and laugh my ass off. Does that make me racist? No, because I know who you are.
Because you are my personal friend.
Exactly.
And it's completely different.
And I get it. And right. And so you trying to...
And for those who don't know, I have mixed nieces whom I love, and nor do I hate any black. Well, I do, but that's because they're assholes, not because they're black.
But check
it's
this out. Now, there was this fraternity that had gotten... I think it was a fraternity that was doing tacos for a fundraising, right? And they got fucking summoned and they got fucking in trouble because someone had the audacity to cry about them not being an Hispanic organization and it was rude against Mexicans. Okay? Now, first off, all right, the taco is more American than Mexican. It's Tex-Mex, exactly. Now, this was in Texas, by the way, so they have every right, all right? Just like they would do nachos, all right? But for the fact that we are allowing these people to get all their panties in a bunch for Taco Tuesday is really annoying.
Taco Tuesday!
It's really fucking annoying to the point where
because you have a bunch of people that instead of basing their worth off of what they do, they base their worth and their morality off of what offends them and what they complain about. So they
make fun of the Mexicans, but not the blacks.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
But they were slaves.
This to me like
fucking Irish.
right, but the thing is you're fucking wrestling with leaves, and to me the whole tree is this: nationalism and like pride in your heritage has to not go out the window, but be like 30th on the list to your actions, your interactions, what you stand for, and fucking the honesty in your speech. To me, the whole thing is once you group yourself in with people, then I could judge you because you judge yourself as being part of that culture. Like when I see people that say I'm pro Black Lives Matter, I'm part of that movement. It's like, well, Black lives don't matter to you because blacks kill more blacks than anyone else. We've had a black president for fucking 8 years. We had a black Secretary of State. We had Colin Powell in the Bush administration. That was, yeah. So that's all right wing with black, with prominent black fucking figureheads. So my whole thing is this: is like fucking what do you want, and where do you separate yourself from saying like fucking like how can you like look at like modern rap music like Gucci Mane and all this shit and not say that there's a fucking sickness in the culture? Same thing with like
country music,
but it's all
same
culture.
thing with country music.
Right.
It's not what it is. It's fucked up.
And it's because trash is trash.
Trash
no
begets
matter
trash.
what color, no matter what creed, no matter what religion, no matter what race. Fucking there's people from every fucking DNA pool that are awful. And the thing is, the values of trash permeate the country. They permeate the hood. They permeate the barrios, the ghetto. they permeate fucking the upper class. Like there's people that I've fucking driven for on Uber that are total rich pieces of shit that have less manners than a fucking janitor.
That's every day of my goddamn job.
Yeah,
Every
you work in
goddamn
Delray, and so
day.
do I for the majority of the day. So it's it's just prevalent trash behavior in different cultures. So to me, it's stop having pride in stuff you didn't work for. You know, it's not a skill to be Irish. It's not a skill to be Italian. So it's nothing that we like earned. It was an accident of birth. So stop taking pride in that shit. You can be like fond of the fact that your heritage is Irish and enjoy shit about that. And I can enjoy shit about being Italian and fucking think that Italian shit.
The
like
bigger thing is like what bothers me. Yes, I have Irish blood. Yes, I have all this other crap in me, but in factuality, and mostly beer and liquor, absolutely.
So,
but it comes down to the point that where the fuck was I born?
in America.
We are American.
Thank you.
There is no,
Thank you.
and everyone wants to put
But nowadays,
African American,
it's
Irish
taboo.
American.
It's taboo to love your country. If it's America, you can love every other country that you happen to be a part of, but loving your country.
I gotta say one thing though.
What's up?
Fucking everyone that voted for Trump and everyone that voted for Gary Johnson.
Loves America.
Those are people. Those are people that love America, and as
Yeah.
fucking weird and as fucking like lefty as Gary Johnson can be in his own way, he was a great candidate, and he did
Who
more
was
for the
the
Libertarian
greatest?
Party than anyone else. But dude, the coolest thing about Trump winning, and the coolest thing about it,
Tell me.
is that fucking people
Word.
came out wearing American flag shit like Reagan was
Hell
alive still,
yeah.
and people got excited
My
like
neighbor
back in the
rocks
'80s.
those.
And you know what? Fucking, I still I even believe I don't even take national pride because you know what? I was born in America, yeah, but as an accident of birth, I didn't choose to be American. But to me, what America is my friends, my family, my neighbors, my community that surrounds me.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, I can't change something in Birmingham, but if there's injustice here, I can do something about that. I can be a part
in this.
I think the big thing that people are missing is people are so involved in themselves that they don't
I'm gonna release a dog on you
they
in a
don't
second.
they do not try to fucking be like to do something to enrich the community. Like little shit like fucking like you see a kid at a gas station fucking trying to sell candy bars when it's like 95 degrees, and you see like fucking like four dudes fucking like four white guys with boats pulling up, filling up their boats and shit, telling the kid, nah, I can't buy a fucking candy bar. Give that kid a 20 and tell him to go buy a drink and some fucking chips inside,
Yeah,
and they
that's
eat
true.
the rest of the
That
fucking
is
candy. Like when you go to a restaurant, this is what I do, and it's not a bragging point. It's a fucking human point. When the person comes up, they look at you and they go, great, another $5 at the most. So I tip them a $5 off the bat. Then I usually tip about 50% of the bill. I factor that in when I'm ordering, that I know I'm going to pay like fucking 50% more of what the bill's going to be. Because that person is going to fucking do better at their job because they feel appreciated. And so I'm all about like Republicans, real Republicans, which I'm not a part of a sect, but I do believe that trickle down economics work when people are generous and that they're willing to have less so other people could have a little more. And I think
But you're
the
a
spirit,
rare character,
but the
though.
spirit of generosity is the fucking missing thing.
You're rare.
That thought and mentality should not be a rare thing in anybody. That
Right. And
First
I
off,
agree.
all your guys' not you guys', but all your guys' fucking beliefs and Bibles and Torahs and all this other shit say do unto others in which pretty much you want done unto you, and
golden
do
rule.
goodwill toward men. Not in those words, but pretty much the same fucking thing, and no matter what religion you're looking at.
But we can go into a whole nature versus nurture on that, though. It doesn't really matter about the religion of, it's just about being a good person, about tipping, understanding that this person works for a living just like you work for a living. But his money and income
you're
relies
bringing
on people judging him based on how he's doing.
You're
right?
bringing up nature versus nurture versus a guy who's talking to you who's adopted. who was raised by a bunch of Italians from New York. I felt like Mowgli from the fucking Jungle Book almost my whole fucking life.
Oh man,
It's pretty fucked, but these are thoughts in which I brought in from that family, and I made my own.
Charlie's tremendously generous too from coming up in those circumstances.
Without a doubt.
Same thing with my girlfriend.
That's the nurture.
But
That's nature.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like a perfect example, like nature versus nurture, however you want to fucking look at it. Like people are fighting for $15 minimum wage. I feel like if you own a business in an area and you got someone who's over the age of 18 that's giving you 35 hours of their life per week, like you should fucking really research what like a 1-bedroom costs in your area, what transportation and food costs,
car insurance.
and you as a fucking employer, because you're not a piece of shit, should fucking say, hey, at every hiring, I want to see your living costs.
On that point, I have gotten lucky.
Right, but you're a rare. I'm talking about Checkers. I'm talking about McDonald's, because there's guys that have a limited skill set, but you're condemning their family to fucking thinking that's as good as they're gonna do.
Now we're putting private business versus corporate business.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
As
no,
a corporate
no.
business, they should absolutely fucking be taking care of.
I think any business where you employ an employee for 35 hours. Like that person, you as a I'm not saying it should be a forced mandated thing. I'm saying as a human being,
Okay.
you should fucking be like, all right, guy, you're spending your week with me, fucking making me money. Tell me what you need to live, and I'm gonna meet that for you. But if you suck as an employee, I'm gonna fire you, and I'm gonna find somebody else, because I want to let you know that your
it's
time.
not that easy though. It's not that easy. That's the thing, is that he cannot just fire them.
Can you talk into the mic a little bit?
He cannot just fire them because he's sorry.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
Okay, all right, okay. In Florida,
And you can fire any no
no.
Alex, you're wrong though, because if someone's doing a subpar job in any state, you can fire them. Unless you have a contract. If someone's not doing the job that you assign them and they're not doing it well, that's grounds for termination.
Okay, but
And
you still have to pay for the unemployment if they go.
No, but you see, like that's something I don't believe in. I don't believe in having unemployment. I believe go find another job.
Right.
I don't believe in those kind of
rare characters.
And I think who the fuck was I just talking to you about it the other day? Where I was talking to Brandon. They're talking about how all these people are having issues now because now they're doing drug testing for wellness or
for welfare,
and also all the crap, and everyone's like having a big uproar. But you know what? If I had no job, I'd be flipping fucking burgers. I'd be picking up dog shit. I will be fucking licking the bottom of your fucking dick,
right,
in order to make my bills. But that's the work ethic in which
that's
I
why
have.
that's why I signed on Uber and Lyft.
But if somebody tells me I'm going to get $2,000 a month for not doing anything, don't needing to do anything,
it creates a culture where you get rewarded for not trying.
Exactly.
And you also get rewarded for creating offspring that you're not going to really take care of to the best of your ability.
Because it gives you more money.
Right. It's the same thing with halfway houses. Like there's something that's set to fail right there because someone's getting a check for these other people living in their house. At some point, you just stop caring. Like the thing is,
even rehab in general. You're coming off heroin, they're going to feed you fucking the laudanums until you're fucking hooked on that, and you're going right back to heroin.
But like that's really like one of the big key missing. There's two key components in humanity that we're missing, and the first one is honesty, because deception couldn't exist in a world of sunlight. It couldn't do it. It just couldn't exist. So
I want that on my tombstone.
You wouldn't be able to fucking fuck people if Trump came out and says, I'm gonna give tax breaks to my buddies and I'm gonna fucking build a fence because we don't have wall money and we're still gonna be in debt. Goodbye, America. Bye-bye. And fucking I would have more respect for that than the fucking dog and pony show we get where everything's flip flops and this and that. So the first fucking root of evil in our world fucking is dishonesty, and the second thing is the lack of the generous spirit. If you have a generous spirit, this is like a weird.
Half the time you get walked and pissed on.
This is like weird mystic fucking mountain man shit. But I had an epiphany on on drugs that I was gonna, instead of trying to hold on to my money and like hold on to shit like for dear life, I would let shit go. I would let shit go. I would
There
tip.
is so much shit that's been thrown into this lake by this man. It's not even
I'm
funny. Not even funny.
I'm talking about emotionally. I'm talking about monetarily. Like you've seen me spend my last fucking dollar on a meal for 6 of my friends at a restaurant and drop like $1.50. Like it's not even an issue. When I started living generously and not foolishly, not like, you know, setting yourself up to fucking fail, but like being as generous as possible, and at certain times making sure someone else had, even if it meant I didn't. So much more comes to me, and I don't know if it's just coincidence or what, because like fucking no one knows how fucking the universe and spirit and all these things fucking work. But the more generous that I've been with people, and maybe it's because when you're generous, more so than not, other people fucking either like respect you for it and return that, or you create an environment where that is. Because like our group of friends, like the tribe, like fucking, that's
Any day of the week, I will give my left fucking nut for any one of you, and
right.
I know without even asking, I get it back.
Yeah, no, and like fucking when someone doesn't have like I had like a stomach fucking bug a year ago, and Andrew came through the house with like $150 of groceries and shit, and fucking checked on me, like, you know, like our friends have extra house keys.
You never
if they
did
need
eat
to
that
fucking-
onion I gave you, did you?
No, I don't think so.
It would have fixed you in a day.
But that's like the thing is like, how are people gonna create a utopia when they don't fucking follow the 2 key commandments to having that, which is to fucking be cool with being generous and to fucking be honest. Like think about like almost every problem that you ever had with a girl, or every like fucking like every fucking disappointment with yourself. It's usually either like self-deception, like fucking, oh, I'm getting lazy, but go, no, I'm not. I'll work out tomorrow, or like, you know what I mean, or you know what, I can eat this. Fuck, I did 50 jumping jacks in 10th grade,
Right.
so I'm fine today. So I think a lot of it like comes from a lack of honesty, and that's like a big thing that people miss, and like people want things to fit their narrative more than they want the truth. That's why like a dude like Ben Shapiro, or like guys like Hicks, Bill Burr, Joe Rogan, like a lot of those dudes are great because they don't even give a fuck. They don't have a narrative. They just want the truth.
Right.
And whatever the truth
feel
is, they're cool with. And
yeah.
to get to the truth, you have to be open.
Right.
And you have to also be judgmental at the same time.
You gotta be smart about it. You can't just be naive and accept
right,
everything on
like
word.
if someone like when Charlie was talking about the Star of David before, it's not that I don't believe Charlie. I love
Right.
Charlie. Like, you know, it's just like fucking. There's
Check
so
your
much
sources.
misinformation out there. Like people don't do due diligence when they fucking get fed some shit. Like people believe that Trump said that fucking all Mexicans are rapists and all Mexicans are this and that. He didn't say anything like that.
None of it.
But people fucking doctor a clip and stuff. And if you can go look into it, I'm not gonna fucking defend it to you. And I don't like Donald Trump. Like I'm gonna say it right now. Like I joke around and fucking I'll throw it in your face because it makes you squirm.
It's hilarious.
But like Donald Trump like is a piece of shit in his own right, and Hillary Clinton's a nefarious evil person.
Right.
You know, but like
He's just the shiniest turd of the bunch right now because he flipped some shit and what I thought was impossible, just so maybe half of the world. Yeah, it happened. So we're just along for the ride. Might as well lean into it.
well, the best thing about Trump,
The Trump coaster.
and I'm sorry to get all like fucking, you know, I have to step off the soapbox and just talk about.
It's all right. Well, that's why we're here.
About
Love
fucking
it.
numbers. One of the things that I think is the fucking coolest thing that Donald Trump did is my girlfriend told me, "Hey, go look up. Knock on the door. It should be in there." So one of the things that my girlfriend and I looked up, she wanted to know who contributed to fucking Trump's campaign funds. So there's this website, it's .org, where they show you who owns, where the money came from, and then who it was going to,
Yes.
and then how much.
Okay.
So I see on this list of people who fucking contributed to Donald Trump, Never Trump, Dump Trump, and they're owned by fucking Donald J. Trump. And he made $23 million off of fucking people going, oh, I'll donate $1 to
People
fuck Trump.
against him, yeah.
So-
it was the funniest. I read that.
So this is the thing: is Hillary wasn't even sly enough to beat a guy that's universally hated. All right. So Hillary was that slimy
Or she is
that guy
hated
won.
more.
And so this is what I think about the election. Either one or two things happen. Either fucking the votes really count, and I've been wrong all this time, and so is George Carlin, and
Yeah.
there's a glimmer of hope that at least we can count.
That's how I feel.
And they'll let someone in, or they're still all buddies, and this is the greatest ruse of all time. And fucking in the shadows will be Bill Clinton like Nosferatu telling fucking Donald Trump what to do in fucking Syria, and fucking bringing in little
Stroke the
boys to
hair.
Pizzagate. Like, that's another thing. We're running out of time. We got about 5 more minutes, but Pizzagate. If you haven't checked into that, check into Pizzagate.
Yes.
Pizzagate is basically the WikiLeaks, the John Podesta emails. There's emails concerning these 2 pizzerias in D.C., and from the gist of it, it could be code drug talk, but they talk about the code words like they're living things. And it seems a lot like they're trafficking children to get fucked by pedophiles. And the artwork in both of these fucking pizzerias is like pedophile and weird on the walls, like a lot of kid groping and fucking like. And the owner of the one pizzeria on his personal Instagram, you can go look at it, fucking is a bunch of like dead babies, fucking like a dude opening up a kid's mouth saying how wide, like really sick fucking demented shit.
Wow. I want to look at this.
So
It's crazy.
All I
You
know
know-
is I want a hamburger.
now if you
Ass.
if
I'm
you
hungry
if you
now.
go into Bill Clinton's memoirs, there's actually a section in his memoirs where he talks about going into Haiti and him and Hillary both getting possessed, and the one spirit that they wouldn't let into their body was Jesus Christ. I'm not a Christian, and I think voodoo is bullshit, but I think crazy people believe crazy shit. So
Religion in a
and especially
nutshell.
people who are chasing power. Because fucking when you realize they're just fucking people,
Narcissist.
you know, like fucking like I have spiritual thoughts. I'm a spiritual being, but I've never had the thought that like because of my spiritual thoughts, I'm better than someone else, or I have more power than someone else, or I could fucking turn events to my favor because of some sort of fucking, pat on the back from a fucking invisible friend.
You've never thought that.
No.
I think about that constantly.
That's how a lot of Christians and Catholics think.
That's how they're.
So it really pick your poison.
You gotta think you're somewhat.
I feel blessed, but I don't think if there is a God that it would like care if I fucking made enough money to pay my rent. Like there's so many bigger fish to fry. So like why would God stop and go, oh, all these fucking people are talking to me. Oh, well, she wants a fucking bike. She needs a new job. She's got asshole cancer. Oh, this guy needs to pay his rent. Okay, I'm gonna fucking send him some money. Like it doesn't make sense that that's what, like I don't know how spirit works. Like sometimes like I could say I feel that there's like maybe like fucking, the energy of dead family members. Or fucking some benevolent force, or maybe just because I'm a decent person for the most part, that energy fucking has something to do with how reality is experienced here.
Well, I want to talk about that our next podcast about religion because we can get in a whole bunch about that. So, well, I think we should. I think we should talk about the stupidity of this. All this religious talk.
I studied some
everything
theology
that
in
comes
college, so I
we
love
got
to talk about
theology
that.
talk. We know I was in kind of forced into Catholicism and then Christianity.
Same here.
So let's end it now right here. I want to thank you guys for what is my first podcast. Hopefully the first of many. Give us some comments so we can definitely talk about stuff and fix what you feel you want to see.
I don't care what you want to see at all, but we hopefully will have better production value going forward. Again, I'm still very new to technology regarding this stuff. I know how to play instruments and sing. I know how to tell jokes. Other than that, we're trying our best. Charlie, what do you got to say to the people?
I got nothing to say to you fucking people. You all disgust me. Fuck every last one of you.
I fucking disgust you.
You just all of it. You sons of fucking bitches.
All right, everybody. Well,
But God bless.
from JoJo King and the rest of the Savage Mind crew, Charlie Joyce, Alex Stockton, we wish you all a good night. And whatever the fuck you believe in, bless you, whatever, right?